topic to talk about color stone. So we're going to dive into it. Color stone. We're going to dive into it without wasting much time. And I was given 30 minutes, so I don't want to waste any time at all. Let me share my screen so I can just show you guys my slide and we'll pick up from there. Please, at any point you can't hear me, just let me know. Can you see my screen?
You can see your screen.
Hello?
We can see.
All right.
We can't see your screen yet. We can see that you are trying to share your screen.
All right. So let me open. Can you guys see anything yet?
Oh no, we can't. Well, I can't see it. Can't see anything yet. But I can see that you are trying to share your screen. So we're not seeing your screen yet. We can't hear you, sir. Sir, we can't hear you. Geography, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes, you can.
All right. So let me try to share my screen here. And
Yes, we can see your screen now.
okay, this is like a video of me, not me sharing my screen. It's just from my PC. So I'm trying to share my screen from here.
Okay.
All right, I'm going there. Share screen. All right.
Now we can see your screen.
Okay. So let's get right into it. Okay. So can we see my screen now?
Yes, you can.
All right. Okay. So I was given a topic to talk about. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I was given a topic to talk about color theory. color theory. I'm just trying to understand how this guy works. I'm taking so much time. What's really going on with this stuff? Why is it not moving? Okay. All right. Okay. The slide can move, right? Can the slide move? Like, are you people noticing the slide moving?
Yes, it is.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Sorry for taking much time. So, I've been given a topic to talk about color stone, building powerful visual identities through color. So, when we talk about color in graphic design, color is one very essential tool. In fact, the kind of color you use in your design determines the feedback you get. Most of the times, because of the color of the design, it's first of all attractive, you get. So you need to be very, very careful when trying to pick colors for your designs. Some persons just pick colors because they feel like picking colors. Some persons just pick colors. Please, I'm coming. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm here. Sorry. So, color isn't decoration. Color is strategy. So everything you do when you're trying to start up your design, you need to understand what color to use, because each color you're trying to use, they speak. The color of your design is going to speak first of all before you even say anything. As much as alignment and all of that, color is what they see. The color is what they see first of all. So have you seen some beautiful designs and when you look at the color, it's nothing to write home about? I know most of you might have experienced such. Let me share one with you. I think I downloaded like 2 of them. So look at this. Can you see this particular flyer? Can we see this flyer?
You can't see
You
what you're
can't see
saying.
it.
Yes.
It's not showing.
No, we can only see your presentation stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to also share. I'm trying to also share that. Hold on. But anyway, let's get right into this. Let me not take much time. All right. There was this particular flyer I downloaded, and the flyer is having yellow, red, pink, blue, black, and white. Like I will always say, you're not a DJ. You're not supposed to be mixing colors up and down. You're not supposed to be packing colors because you feel like this color is going to work. Whatever you use is going to work. No, it doesn't work like that. Your color speaks before the words. Your color, the color you choose to use in your design, it speaks volume. You need to understand what each color represents. You need to understand what they represent, because colors can help you. Colors help with recognition, emotion, trust, memory, positioning. For example, if I'm to say yellow, if I'm to just say yellow, or in your street you see yellow, what brand comes to your mind? Just hearing yellow, what brand comes to your mind? If you're in Nigeria, I know it's beyond Nigeria, but those persons in Nigeria, if you hear the color or you see the color yellow, what comes to your mind? Even without them saying anything, what color comes to your mind? Can anyone answer that question, please?
MTN, sir. MTN.
Thank you very much. MTN, yellow. If you see red, what color comes to your mind in telecommunication?
Ethyl.
If you see red when it comes to soda, what particular brand comes to your mind?
Coke.
All right. So are you getting it? It's not just you using any color. You need to be able to understand what the color stands for and why you're using that particular color you're using. And color is so important in design, in branding, that you don't have to continuously use separate colors. For over the years, MTN has never changed from yellow to blue or to green. They are maintaining that same color because it tells a story about them without them saying much. That's one thing about color that you need to understand. So let's move further. First impressions matters. Research shows people form opinions about brands within seconds, and color does most of the talking. Like we just said now, I asked about red and someone said Coca-Cola. Someone said Ethel. I brought up another color, yellow, and someone said MTN. Without saying much, the color is definitely going to let you know what the brand is about. So the first impression about the color is going to let you know the buying decisions, brand recall, emotional connection, brand consistency. I said that already about MTN, using MTN as our case study. So when you see yellow, you can just tell yourself that this is MTN because they've been consistent with that particular color. They are not changing it. So it is important as a graphic designer, if you're having any event, you're branding any event, a church or whatsoever, it's important that you know the color they are using and why they use it. But if you don't even know their color, it's important that you know the color you give to them, the color that you project. As we go on, you understand colors and what are their meanings. You understand them. So let's move further. Now, every color has weight. Every color has weight. Think of every brand color as a stone. Think of every brand color as a stone. Luxury, strength, innovation, peace, passion, creativity. Every color that you're using, it tells a story. It has weight. Every color you see in every design, it has weight. Every color they use in any design is intentional. If you see professional brands, they don't just pick any color. They pick colors that will match their brand. So if you that is supposed to give their brand a face don't know anything about color, then there's an issue. You cannot. That's why if you observe when branding for when trying to brand for hospitals, hospitality brand, most hospitals where they treat people, what color comes to your mind? What color comes to your mind? Let me not say it. Let me know if you've observed anything about colors. If you're talking about hospital, what color comes to your mind? You said?
Green,
Okay,
blue, white.
okay.
Blue.
Blue. Mostly blue. Not like green is bad, but mostly blue. Now, if you're talking about skincare brand, what color comes to your mind?
Gold, brown, uh, lively colors.
Okay. Now, when we are talking about nature, colors that come to your mind will not have to be green, light green, and all of that. You can't use blue in nature. You can't use blue in nature because most of the times where they pick colors from nature is from the trees, from the leaves, and most of them is green. Most of the leaves you see out there is green. They are green colors. So that's why they use green for nature, anything that has to do with what is it called? What's this brand? Um I'm forgetting this particular brand that I had in mind, but let's move further. I just want now I'm going to tell you guys about colors and the story they tell. I will tell you people, but like we said, nature, here you're going to see everything. So red, what does red signify? Red signifies energy, passion, urgency. Red signifies energy, passion, urgency. So if you have this at the back of your mind, when you want to design a flyer and you want to use red, you first of all ask yourself, what is this particular design? What is it about? When you ask yourself, when you're able to know that, you now know the color to go with it. So you don't just pick any color because you feel like picking the color. You pick colors that are going to tell the story of that particular brand that you're branding for, that particular brand face that you want them to have. You tell that story. So once any client comes to you or a brand is coming to you for you to take care of their designs, brand, you're going to ask them, what exactly are you people into? What do you do? If they tell you, okay, we are into what's it called, events, and our event is event that helps youth, is event that help to bring out the best in youth, help to see that their creativity is being harnessed, you can understand that red can go, because red signifies passion. Red also signifies urgency. So if you have any design that has to do with urgency, any design that requires someone to see and understand that this is something that has to do with urgency, red also goes. Then energy. This particular red in energy, when you see energy, you'll be able to tell a brand that wants to like stand strong, that wants to show that they are strong in whatever they do. When you see Coca-Cola, red color, definitely your first impression about red most times is danger. You will just pause and you will look at it. It's one very important color. So most brands that go towards that direction, you know the exact color to use when it comes to that particular brand and your designs. We move to the next one, which is blue. Blue signifies trust, professionalism, security. So when we are talking about hospital, we're talking about hospitality. You can see that the hospitals, why they most times use blue is because they can be trusted. Your life can be trusted with them. That's why they use blue. That's the reason why you see blue. Blue is mostly their primary color. Most of the hospitals, if you see, once you see any design, it's mostly blue. Each brand have their own perceived color and what they stand for. So you need to understand these things. Trust, professionalism, and security. That's what blue stands for. Then green stands for growth, nature, and wealth. That's what green stands for. So you see any brand that is into nature, what they most time do is to use green color. They use green color because of what it stands for. That's what they do. My slide is not complete. Let me read through from my notes here because I've been trying to expand that. It's not working. Let me share other colors with you guys too. So green is for growth, nature, and wealth. Then we have yellow. Yellow is for optimism and happiness. So any brand, any design that you want to do that has to do with happiness, this brand is a happy brand. If you observe, when you see food flyers or eateries, you mostly see them use yellow. It signifies happiness. When you see some brands that, even MTN too, they use yellow because it also signifies happiness, optimism. That's why they use yellow. We move on, we have purple. Purple is mostly luxury and creativity. After this class, you can just check out brands and their colors and what they stand for and why they use them. So after this class, you'll be able to tell when you look at BMW, when you look at Rolex, you'll be able to understand the reason why they use the color they use. Now, black signifies power and sophistication. black signifies power and sophistication. If you see some designs, they don't say much. Like I think Rolls Royce, their brand color is black. Rolls Royce, mostly black. Car brands mostly use black because of what it stands for. The power, it speaks power first of all. That's what it stands for. So once you see any brand that has to do with black, what they are simply trying to tell you is we are a brand identified with power and sophistication. That's what it means. Then we'll move on to the last color that we have here, white, which signifies purity, simplicity. So when you see designers use white, you get to understand that, oh, this is for, they are trying to carry what is Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, I don't know if it's network. I've been trying to. All right, so we are moving on to um, strategy over preference. I've already said this, but let me still say it. It's strategic, not personal. Don't choose your favorite color. Choose the color of choose the color your audience trust. Great branding solves business problem, not designer preferences. So you see most designers, they tell you, my favorite color is red. In all my designs, I just want to use red. What message are you passing? The brand that you want to handle, what is their color? You can't force your color on them. You need to know their color or what they stand for. Then you know the color to use. I also love red. I love red a lot. I use red. Most of the events I've handled, they are mostly red. I use red. But my clients are okay with that because most of them, they want that particular color. I've used red for an event. I don't know why I can't share some of my flyers with you guys. I don't know. I don't know
So,
why I can't share screen too. You
so
said?
you can send the flyers in the chat.
Okay. So let me let me share the flyers in the chat. Let me drop that. Let me share the flyers in the chat. I'm not even seeing the chat here. I'm not seeing the chat here. And this is my first time using Telegram on my PC. I'm only using it on my phone, so I don't really.
You just back out
Okay.
of the
You said?
Just back out of this live stream space. You see your message side.
I can't even go out from this particular unless I want to share another screen. Okay. Let me share this. We can see this particular screen, right?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay. So in this particular screen, whatever I'm doing here, you guys can see it, right?
Yes, you can.
All right. So let me show you. Okay. This event, can we see this flyer?
Yes, we can see the
Right.
flyer.
Okay. I used red for this particular event, and the client was very, very okay with this. The client liked it immediately she saw the red. I used it for this particular comedy event, and I've also used red for this particular event too as well. I've also used red for this particular event, different shades though, but still red. And I've also used red for which other event? Uh, I've used red for um gosh, okay. I also use red for. I'm just showing you that most of the times, but then not every design must go in that direction or that particular color. Not every design. So some of them you would have to understand what the brand stands for. Now, I've also done designs for uh, uh, like club flyers, a lounge where we don't use red. This is blue. We don't use so you don't you feel you use the color because of this trying to tell. Also used white in event, event. All I'm just trying to say in essence is you need to understand what the color you use, you need to understand. That's all I'm just trying to say. Then share. Let me show you that to show. Let me share this particular flyer. And
So we can't see your screen. It's buffering.
okay, let me show one more. This particular event is oxygen. You know, we talked about hospitality signal with oxygen for when you want for you need to understand what your client wants, what brand stands for. This is oxygen. Use ink, obvious. No, you can't see.
Let us
Video.
clear him. Okay. So your network is fluctuating. So can you hear
Sorry.
me?
Can we see this now?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I can
Oh,
see it, sir.
handle.
So while speaker is having network issues, I would like to ask if we all have certain questions that we have on ground. There are one or two things we already noticed in this session. So while he fixes his network, we can start to drop certain things that we are not saying, certain things that is not clear to us, or certain questions that are pertaining to color. So we can start dropping them, we can start asking these questions so we can deal with them proper. So if you know you have one or two questions or one or two observations, you can you can you can start dropping them in the chat. So speaker, sir, if you can hear me, you can start speaking.
Okay, guys. I'm very sorry. The network is something else. Network is something else. Sorry about that. So, where did I stop? What did you guys see last?
The last thing was you were showing us a folder of like four things in the folder. Then you just went back.
Okay. No problem. Let me share my screen again. All right.
Speaker, sir, we can't hear you. We can see your screen, but we cannot hear you, sir. So while he's working on this, I would like to remind us once more, Winners Hub and CTRLZDEN has an Instagram account. We can give them a follow, share comments about certain things that we've been learning through these sessions. who has impacted us the most. We can make posts about this, collaborate with Winners Hub and CTRLZDEN on Instagram, tag us on TikTok, on Twitter. We can try to reach out so we can see that we've been making impact through this session. So we would love us to give us a follow on our account. And yes, in this session, if you have one or two things that you don't have clarity on or you want clarity on, um you can drop them below. Speaker sir, we can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you. All right. So while is okay, I think it's back.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Oh, they pause. Oh, they have pause. Let me share this. Sorry about the whole issue. So let me try to round this up. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
All right. So let me try to round this up so I can take some questions and move on. So finding your brand stone. Who are you? Who are you speaking to? What should people feel? What industry are you in? What makes you different? This is what things you need to understand before you go into any design or you try to create a brand perception for them through the color. You understand? These are questions you need to ask. Who are you? Which brand are you trying to handle? What are they into? Who are they speaking to? What should people feel about that brand? What industry are they into? And what makes them different? So that's how you find the particular color that goes with that brand. So moving on, about colors. Primary colors are the ones that really stands out. When you see a particular brand, you can tell that, okay, their brand is yellow. Like MTN is not just yellow. They also have white and there's also black. But the primary color you see there is yellow. This is the color that you mostly see. This is the color that stands out. This is the color that is will I say is outshining every other color. This is their major color. This is what the brand is known for. Doesn't mean that they don't have other colors. You understand? I'm trying to be fast so we can take questions around the top. Let me move to things that we need to understand. Things that we need to stop doing as a designer. Too many colors. The designs that you're trying to design. Let me share my screen with you guys so you can see that particular design I was talking about. Let me share that to you people so you can see. Can we see this?
Yes, you can see this.
Okay. That's not even the one I actually want to share. Okay. Okay. Or I will just send it to the group so I will not waste time if that's the case. Because I don't understand the network. I'm trying to make sure I make use of it. Okay. It's okay. 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 Yeah, don't worry. So you guys can see this. If you can see this, then be able to see this particular one that I want to show. Where is it? Network. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Can we see this?
Yes, we can
All
see
right.
this.
This was the flyer I wanted. I was trying to show at the beginning of the class. So when you look at this flyer, you're seeing red, yellow, blue, pink. Like you cannot even read through this flyer because looking at it, the color is too much. This is something you need to avoid. This is
So
something you need to avoid when doing your
flyer is
design.
small. Sorry,
Hello?
sir. The flyer is small. We can't really
The
see
flyer
it.
is small. You can't see
Yeah,
it.
the size of the flyer is small.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me see this one. Can open. This one is really small too. This one too is small. The way I download it, they are small, but there's no problem. Don't worry, let's not waste time. But I guess we understand what I'm actually trying to say. We understand what I'm actually trying to say. So I'm just making a point. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can.
Can you hear me? Right. Okay. So I was just making a point. That was why I
Yes,
shared
sir.
that
We can
flyer.
hear you.
I don't want to take.
We can hear you.
All right. Too many colors in design. Too many colors in your design is wrong. You're not a DJ. You shouldn't be mixing too many colors. Two, you shouldn't be following trends because everybody's now using this particular kind of color in their designs. You want to use it. No, you need to understand what brand you're into and what they stand for before you use any color. Three, psychology. Ignoring psychology. Every color you put out there tells a story, tells something about that particular brand. So you don't want that brand to be perceived wrongly. So you need to know that before using any color in your designs. Poor contrast. Poor contrast. No brand guidelines. You just want to use whatever color you feel like using. That's wrong. That's wrong. So these are things that you need to stop doing as a designer. I've had so many case studies with you people already, so I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that. And I'm just going to round this up with it is perception, it is emotion, it is positioning, it is identity. This is what color stands for. Every color you put out there, it's a perception, it's an emotion, it's positioning, and it's an identity. So you need to know that the strongest brands are built on the right color stone. So if you know this, you're good to go. You'll be able to skyrocket your designs from a beginner to a professional. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's been a wonderful um session. If you have a question or an observation, please drop it. Um, I'm dropping it in a thread for us right now. Uh, if you have a question, you have something that you observed during the session, something is not clear, or you have something prior now that's related to color. Maybe has been giving you an issue concerning a brand, concerning a design. Um, you can drop it there. Well, I have a couple of questions that were coined out earlier on. So, sir, the first question is
Yes.
when it comes to branding, we know that certain groups can't sit on one particular color. For example, when it comes to religious groups, um, we can't just
Yeah.
say we give them one color and they should stick with it. Um,
Yeah.
that that's what I believe too. When it comes to I think after religious groups, there should be other groups so that you can't just give one particular color. So how do we maneuver
Yeah.
those spaces? And apart from that, when we are making flyers for them, let's say for example now, um, uh, the religious, let's say a church now, we want to make uh, a Thanksgiving flyer, and the
Okay.
church has color. Let's say the church is they are requesting that okay, we only want to be using yellow, and it's a Thanksgiving flyer, or maybe it's a breakthrough flyer, something that is contrary to their color per se. How
Okay.
do we manage? How
Yeah.
do we maneuver spaces like this in color?
Okay. Now, when it comes to cases like this, you need to understand that the they have their brand color already, and they don't want to break out from that brand color. That's when it comes to that particular matter, all you just have to do is to maintain that same color, is to maintain that color. Take for example, Pampe. Pampe, there was a flyer once, a flyer, Easter flyer that one graphic designer did. That the caption was he paid them all, something like that. He paid them all. Now we all know when it comes to Easter, people mostly use red. People mostly use red because of the blood, the blood. But Pampe, is it Pampe? Pampe, their brand color is blue. Pampe, or there's this one that is purple. I think it's Pampe. I think it's Pampe. So he maintained their color, but he passed the message that he wants to pass. So any brand that already has a brand color, you just have to maintain it. Just because a color says this and that doesn't mean you will not change it for them. Now, some churches now that I see, they don't actually have a particular brand color, but they have one that is standing out, their primary color. Some churches, their primary color might be blue. Doesn't mean all their designs you must use blue. But in all their designs, blue must not dominate. You can use blue, but let the blue be able to complement other colors that you want to use, but their brand color must be involved. Do you get? You cannot completely wipe out their brand color. It's not possible. You can't completely wipe out their brand color. When dealing with brands, you need to understand the color that they're already using, their color palette, and you maintain it. You make sure you follow that particular color they are using. No need to go out of their color. Maintain it and still pass the message you want to pass. So that's it.
All right, sir. All right, sir. Um, um, in the area of color choosing or picking colors, let's say we
Yeah,
have this brand, they have a bright color. Maybe their color is green and black, for example, and they want
yeah,
to
yeah.
maybe they want to make a flyer, and that flyer I'll need to make
Okay,
use of contrasting colors, something that is
okay.
not green and black. Maybe I need to bring in people, I need to bring in crowd into the design. And so, is there a way that we can pick contrasting colors without overshadowing the brand colors?
Hmm. Come again. Come again. Let me get your
Uh,
question completely.
in certain situations whereby when we're trying to make designs and it's no longer a plain design, but design is having depth.
Yeah,
Maybe we are trying to design a cityscape or a party or something. So now, is there a way
yeah,
we can make this design without we can bring in these contrasting colors without
yeah.
overshadowing um the brand colors? Is there a way we can bring in contrasting colors without overshadowing the brand colors?
Yes, yes, yes. There are ways you can go about. There are ways you can go about that. In There's how you go about the design that you can still maintain the brand color. For example, let's use what brand are we going to use now? I don't have any right now in my head, but if the brand if the brand their brand color is purple and you are to use green and all of that. In fact, before you even start the design, you're trying to use contrasting colors. You should be able to check, will it be able to even blend with their color? Do you know we have colors that might be completely opposite, but they still go? Do you know even nowadays we have flyers that people don't think colors can you can merge different colors, but now people are doing it. People can do that and you still maintain it. So when it comes to cases like this, you should be able to put out your design or colors you're using. You should be able to know that the brand color must still stand. Whatever contrasting colors that you want to use in the design, you can use. But if it does not fit into their brand color, then you have to just inform them, or you not even do informing them. You have to just look for other means, but you don't want to go out of the brand color. I don't know if I'm able to explain that to you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, we can get it. We can get it. Thank you very much, sir. It's not really easy for you to just come and share your knowledge with us. We know that at certain level, people pay for these things, and you have chosen to share us this wonderful experience for free. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. We appreciate the chance that you've given unto us. And uh, to those to our participants that are still active, we appreciate you guys for coming. Today is wonderful. Today is amazing. Despite network wahala, sometimes you just want to line up the network and go with our kubuku and treat this fuck up. But that is not possible at the moment. So thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for showing up. So Grace, you can pick up from here. So thank you very much. Is Grace here?
Okay, let's appreciate the geography. Let's appreciate him. Thank you, geography. Although network was trying to make everything skip and all of that. If you learned something new tonight, please you can drop your emoji in the chat. And also, you learned that color is not just like decorating your design or making it to look good. Yeah, I can see your emoji. It's trying to communicate. By using colors, you can communicate well. And I'm very sure after this session, we will not just pick a color because we like it. We'll choose it because the color tells like the story, you know. So thank you once again, everyone.
So see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time. This has brought to an end of today's session. Thank you guys. See you.